All right, this is it. Welcome to the grand finale of our Science of Leanness series. We've spent a ton of time breaking down the theory, but today is when that theory becomes action. This is the blueprint.
So let's do a quick recap. In Part 1, we defined the leanness trap. In Part 2, we took a hard look at our tools, all the different types of exercise. And now we build the machine. Because here's the bottom line from all the research. The single best way to get lean and stay lean at home isn't one type of workout. No, it's a powerful, integrated hybrid system.
But hang on, before we can build the right system, we have to understand why so many of the common workout plans out there are, well, physiologically flawed right from the start. Why do most of them fail? Let's get into it.
First up, the HIIT-only plan. Now look, HIIT is incredible for that afterburn effect, right? That's the fancy term EPOC you see there. It basically revs up your metabolism for hours after you're done. But, and this is a huge but, if that's all you do, especially when you're eating less, you're not giving your body any reason to hold on to its muscle. You're literally burning down the metabolic engine itself, and that just crashes your metabolism long term.
Okay, so what about the other side of the coin? Just resistance training, right? Just lifting. This is, without a doubt, the absolute best way to protect that precious, metabolically active muscle. It keeps your resting metabolic rate, your RMR, humming along. But the research is super clear on this. As your only tool for fat loss, it's just too slow. It protects the engine beautifully, but it's not a very powerful accelerator on its own.
And that brings us to the LISS-only plan. You know, just doing low-intensity cardio like jogging for hours and hours. Honestly, this is just the most inefficient path you can take. It doesn't have the muscle-protecting power of resistance training, and it definitely doesn't have that 24-hour metabolic punch of HIIT. To get any real results, the amount of time you'd have to put in is just completely unsustainable.
So, if all these one-track plans are flawed, what's the answer? Where do we go from here? Well, thankfully, the science points to a very clear evidence-based solution. It's not about choosing one, it's about combining them intelligently. The scientific name for this hybrid system is concurrent training. And it's not just, doing some weights one day and some running the next. It's the strategic integration of both, creating a single, synergistic program where every single part actually supports the others. And here's the proof. A massive meta-analysis from 2024 gave us this incredible best of both worlds conclusion. Let me just spell this out. With a concurrent training system, you get the fat loss benefits that you'd expect from cardio, and you get the muscle building benefits you'd expect from resistance training. You don't have to choose. You get both. But here is the absolute key. This incredibly powerful system is completely useless without its two foundational operating principles. These are the real rules of the game, the ones you can't ignore.
And when you really boil all the complexity down, when you strip away all the noise, it really just comes down to two rules. That's it. These are the two principles that truly matter for getting and staying lean.
Rule number 1 is basically a law of physics, the caloric deficit. This is completely non-negotiable. Your diet is what opens the door for weight loss to even happen in the first place. You have to be taking in fewer calories than you're burning, period.
But, and this is so critical, while the deficit determines if you lose weight, your exercise is what dictates what you lose. It's the difference between losing mostly body fat while protecting your muscle or losing a really damaging mix of both. Okay, rule number 2 is progressive overload. You have to remember, your body is an adaptation machine. It's incredibly smart. If you do the same exact workout over and over again, it adapts, it gets efficient, and you hit a plateau. To keep making progress, the challenge has to keep getting bigger over time.
And the best part is, you absolutely do not need a gym to do this. You can apply progressive overload right at home in 4 really simple ways. 1. Make the exercises harder. Go from an incline push-up to a full one. 2. Just do more reps or more sets. 3. Cut down your rest time between sets. And 4. Slow down the movement, especially the lowering part of an exercise. That increases the challenge like you wouldn't believe.
Okay, so we've got the system, we've got the rules, now for the payoff. Let's put all these principles together and see what the blueprint actually looks like in practice, week to week.
Just take a look at the structure here. Do you see the logic? Notice how the high-intensity days, the resistance training, and the HIIT are always separated by at least a day. And those list days, the low-intensity stuff, they're not just there to burn a few extra calories. They are strategically placed as active recovery sessions to help you repair so you can come back stronger for the next hard workout. That right there is the key to making this whole thing sustainable.
So, to really make this work for the long haul, you have to make a fundamental shift in your perspective. It's time to stop thinking about just doing workouts.
And this right here is the perfect analogy for that new mindset. I want you to think of it like building a high-performance car. Your resistance training, that's the engine. It builds and protects your metabolic rate. Your HIIT sessions, that's the accelerator. It's what drives that 24-hour fat-burning process. And your list days, that's the coolant, allowing the whole system to recover and run sustainably without ever breaking down.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. Take a good, honest look at your own approach. Are you building an integrated system where every single session has a clear purpose? Or are you just doing random workouts? Because adopting that system-based mindset, that, my friends, is the true science of staying lean.